Terribly sorry, but you are on the Blonde Bimbo Show on Rare FM.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing much, I hope. So, my first question is, I want to know about how life is like in LA, because you're very British. You're a true Brit, you're eccentric, we love you out here. How is life in LA? How does it compare?
Well, I don't know. For chameleons, I suppose it's a joyous place. For me, I don't connect with it much. I'm here because I like the weather.
You like the weather, that's it?
There's no weather, it's just basically the same every day, so that's perfect.
Describe a typical night out for you, because there are a lot of rumours. Well, what is a true typical night?
I usually go out.
Oh, really?
One for any of that social scene, so I'm not hobnobbing it with Hollywood greats. They're of no interest to me. I think they're all kind of slightly dumb. Like just sitting around with moronic children.
So you have been married for 30 years, is that right?
Yes, it is. When I make commitments, I make them permanent. I don't go into a commitment lightly.
Well, that's really good to hear, because it's kind of a contradiction to your punk image that we have.
It isn't, not at all. Everything I've said and done in my life, I've meant. I believe in a value system where I like to know, one, I mean no harm or hurt to anyone. To me, it's all coming from the same person that wrote Pretty Vacant, God Save the Queen, Anarchy, all the delicious public image tunes you can care to paraphrase.
Are you going to now shamelessly plug the concert that's coming up in December around UK?
Absolutely shamelessly plugging them. Yes, I am. I'm John Lydon of PIL, a band most acts have copied or given a nod and a wink to. I have no record company support, I have no financial backing, and I'm doing this really on the back of a brilliant butter ad campaign.
We've all seen that. Okay, so I've got a few silly questions because it is the Blonde Bimbo Show. There'll be questions here you've never been asked for in an interview, I'm pretty sure. So, your photos, you've had a lot of different hairstyles, right?
Beckham's borrowed a few of them over the years.
He has. He's borrowed them off you. What?
Tell you what, he can keep them mutton chops he wore the other week when he got it out on the field. Burnt, dashed, semi-beard things. Good heavens. That's what happens to people like him when they're left to their own devices. So my advice to Dave Beckham is get back to copying Johnny Rotten, you fool.
Would you say, because, okay, I'm going to go into this nicely, that when I was in LA, I used to watch a lot of TV shows. I don't know whether you know where I'm going with this, but the favourite TV show of mine was Judge Judy. And you had a nice episode on Judge Judy, right?
No, Judge Judy it's a real court thing.
Yeah.
It's genuine. It's not just TV, and it's another one of them false accusations.
And you were acquitted. I'll add that. But there are a lot of allegations, and there are a lot of...
They happen all the time, and I think it's the way the media and the monster it's became, particularly over the last 10 years, where it seems that it used to be like you do anything to get you 15 minutes of fame. Now people will just make stuff up just to get their name in the papers or on TV.
Yeah.
And so allegations are thrown left, right and centre.
Does it hurt, some things they say?
Yeah, it does. It's like, I've even had to tolerate nonsense like racism. People calling me a racist. Well, what do you think that does to my grandkids, you know?
Yeah.
And they're half Jamaican.
Yeah.
People don't realise what they're saying and just how mixed and multicultural my life is.
Okay, so John, basically you've had a 30-year marriage, and that is not to go, that was the thing that stood out for me. So it's just part of my duty to find out what is the key to your successful marriage.
Well, honesty. You can't be living with someone that long telling lies every day.
It's true.
And in fact, the requirement I have in my own personality not to lie, and it comes because I was ill when I was young and I lost my memory.
Yeah.
For a couple of years, and so everything matters to me, even the slightest thing. If somebody twists a thing, it really, really annoys me because I rely so much on whether it's real or not.
Yeah.
Once you start telling lies, you have to tell more lies to cover up for those lies. And it's just too much effort.
Yeah.
So, whether I'm a deal or not when I was young, I'm also a lazy bugger and I can't be bothered with that nonsense.
Have you ever thought about becoming like a spiritual guru for traveling around the UK?
No.
No? Sure?
I don't believe in religion at all.
Okay.
At all.
Oh.
What I do believe in is the power of the individual.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Once you align yourself to political fractions, shall we say, or religious groups, you become a slave to that system. Because more or less it's all about compromising your intelligence, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's this fundamental Christian nonsense that George Bush was supporting that got us into two bleeding huge wars. And Tony Blair quite happily followed that nonsense, and he took a Labour government to war. What?
There are definitely a lot of problems in politics. On the Blonde Bimbo Show, I don't have the answers, though.
People tend to vote because they go, oh, he's got a nice face, yeah, rubbish.
I do think David Cameron has a nice face, though.
Well, no one voted for Brown. They're all kind of weird.
You should put yourself up.
If you take a real good close look at a politician, I mean, there's only one word that should keep coming up in your head. Liar, liar, because that's what they are. Not a one of them can do anything but lie, because they're in it for the power.
Yeah, what would life be like if you ran the country, John?
Hell on earth for the lot of you. I'd have all violins detuned immediately. And all day long, every day, for 27 years non-stop. No, I can't support the current shitstem, I just can't.
That's a new word. Congratulations.
Word slip, I meant system.
Sorry. Don't worry, I haven't even gone through the whole spiel about not swearing on air. I just thought, just roll with it.
It's a nonsense, because it's just human language. I mean, some people misuse it. Well, that's because their vocabulary is limited. And so I think rather than be offended by people swearing, you should kind of take a step back and laugh at their lack of intellect.
True. You're very, very smart for a musician.
Well, that's why I can't play a damn thing. I can't sing, and yet, somehow I've screeched my way through a 35-year career.
Well, maybe there's some hope for me in the music industry. I don't know. Well, you have a true London
but making music is not the only thing I like doing. I mean, I love doing them nature programs.
Yeah, I watched those.
Loved it.
Oh, brilliant.
But, it's like the offers, they're few and far between.
Oh.
And I thought for myself in my life, one of the most compromising things I'd ever done as a personal challenge was to go in the jungle and fondle gorillas. Because, they're so cute and cuddly and harmless. What the hell am I going to do with these fur balls?
Brilliant. So do you have any animals at home?
No, I don't believe in pets. No, I draw the line at pit bulls and that kind of nonsense. People that keep dogs and turn them into monsters.
I draw the line at dogs, full stop. I hate dogs. Oh, well.
Yeah, well, as a blonde bimbo, you would. I mean, what are dogs notorious for? They must get on your nerves.
I know. Is your wife a blonde bimbo?
Yes.
Okay, my final question for you today. All right, so you were originally, and you have sort of reformed with Sex Pistols, right?
Yep.
The name. Are you a Sex Pistol?
I'm a sexy pistol. In fact, I view myself as the sexy pistol of all time. Okay,
well, these sexy...
Well, hello, how old am I now? Well, yes, I just passed the 50 mark. By a few years. But I must say, my testicles haven't dropped yet, so I still feel quite young.
All right, thank you so much for joining me on the Blonde Bimbo Show on Rare FM.
Johnny hamming it up is over and out, so cheers.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right.